Hey, I'm Derek. Welcome to my workshop. So I'm pretty excited about this. I've got this Evolution R255SMS miter saw right beside me here, and this thing is pretty awesome. I've been using it for a little while. Some of my subscribers will have seen that I started my little dump trailer build that I'm doing using this saw just so I could get a little bit of a feel for it before I did this video. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really happy to have it. So James with Evolution, he's the social media marketing manager, and he contacted me on my Milwaukee chop saw video and asked me if I'd be interested in taking this miter saw and featuring it in some of my videos at no cost to me. Other than that, there was nothing else added to make this video. I have, there's no other money involved. I just got a free saw. So this isn't necessarily going to be a review. It's going to be more of like a first impressions, I guess, just kind of showing what it does. And I'll do a review later on down the road, like of my actual thoughts after doing a lot more projects with it. There will be a link in the description below to Evolution's website, and there will also be a link to my Amazon affiliate store. If you decide to pick this up, it is at no additional cost to you. I just get a little bit of a commission on it to help support my channel. So that's where you can pick it up if you want to, nice and easy. And you'll help me out. So let's get to what this thing can do and showing kind of some of the materials that it'll cut. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the wood here. I'm gonna put on my welding gloves just because eventually I'm gonna get up to cutting this steel. And I use these for cutting steel all the time. So let's just start with cutting the wood. Pretty nice clean cut, mostly. Did splinter the wood a little bit, but for basic building, I can't see why that would be an issue. So now we'll cut the wood with embedded nails. You know, my application for this is mostly going to be like once in a while I do things with pallet wood, and there's all kinds of nails and things from repairing them in it, and that's where it's most applicable to me. But we can see how it does. I'm pretty sure I already know. Cut through pretty nice and easy. Something that you should be keeping in mind is that I have used this saw to make multiple cuts with steel only up to this point. The blade has been used and it's not brand new. So next we'll move on to this decking. Cut that really nicely. Very nice clean cut. Another piece of decking. Fast, quick, easy. So here's a piece of 2-inch pipe. Pretty sure that's what it is. Schedule 40 and 1.5 inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe. Really a really nice clean cut there. Really straight. Didn't take any chunks out of the plastic. Whoops, started with the 2-inch, but we'll cut the 1.5 inch just for good measure. I have a habit of wanting to use the sliding function when I don't need to, but anyway, same thing, cut that really nicely. Mostly pretty much clean, perfect cut. So now we have a piece of trim. The other piece ended up landing on the ground, but cut that really nicely. Piece of aluminum angle, that cut through really very, very nicely, very easily, very clean. I could see this saw being extremely handy for a job where you might be cutting both 2x4s, 2x6s lumber, and also metal studs. So kind of actually interesting, and one place I think this actually really would shine on a job site that I didn't think of when I was actually starting this. So we'll cut 2 pieces with it, since I've got 2 different pieces here. Pretty nice clean cut mostly. As a former service plumber, I have never actually thought to myself, man, I wish I had a miter saw to cut all this copper, but that actually is a pretty smart thing to do. If you're a plumber and you know that you are working mostly with copper instead of PEX or so on and so forth, probably not a bad option. We'll see how it cuts at first. Yep, cut through that copper like butter. Really, essentially no burrs, so you'd probably still want to ream that out, but really, really nice for cutting copper. It's just 1/2 inch, of course. But all right, now we have what looks like I want to say it's 12 gauge, 3/4 inch square tubing. Might be 12 gauge. I'm not very good at my gauge sizes yet. I'm definitely figuring that out. So one thing you'll note is how few sparks there are with this saw actually, and cut that really nicely, just like everything else, everything from the wood to this steel. So let's keep moving on it. Piece of 2-inch pipe here with I don't know, probably not quite 1/8 inch wall thickness. Maybe also well, I don't know. I'm not too good on the wall thicknesses still. I probably should just not even take a guess, but it's fairly thick, as you can really tell from the video. Now our last 2 pieces, this is going to be the real test for this blade and this saw. We've got this big old piece at definitely 3/8 inch wall thickness, I really want to say, and then one more step up from that, whatever that is. So we'll start with the 3/8. that's the cut with it. Really nice and clean. Looks really good. No burrs. Good cut. Definitely makes a nice dry cut saw, really, for especially a guy like me. Like I said, I kind of feel like an actual welding shop would maybe want a dedicated dry cut saw, but for a guy like me, it's a really good choice, because most of those dry cut saws I've seen are pretty pricey. Last piece. This will be the real test of how this saw performs, I think. That is a big piece of steel there. Really big piece of steel. So this says that it cuts up to 4x4 posts, 4" by 4" posts. I am led to have no doubts that it couldn't also cut a 4x4" very large, thick-walled piece of square tubing. Really surprising there. Really good job. You can't ask much more out of a $200 saw than that, honestly. So really impressive to me. So really the proof is in the pudding to me. This saw's, it just works. The blade's pretty nice. And I've made a lot of cuts with steel with it. It's really been impressive so far. So I'm happy with it, and I hope to get many years of use out of it. I told James we'd do like a 1-year review when he first contacted us back in October about this of last year, which was 2018. But I don't think I'm gonna wait that long, because I do enough cutting and things that I think I'll have really a pretty general consensus on it. I think I'll have a pretty good idea of how it performs sooner than, you know, a whole year away. And then on top of that 1 year or, you know, actual review of mine, I will also then just do like updates of beyond that, of how long it's lasted, anything that's worth noting beyond that. So like I said, very happy with this, very excited about it. This was not sponsored. I only have 230 some odd subscribers, so nobody's gonna pay me to do videos like this yet at this point in time. So really, I was surprised to even get a free saw. It was very nice of them to send it over, and I'm very grateful for it. It's a good deal, it's a good saw, and again, don't forget the link is in the description to my Amazon affiliate store. If you feel like picking this saw up, please do it from there, because it costs you nothing extra and it makes me a little bit of money on commission. And so it'll help me to produce more videos like this. And I really appreciate you watching. Have a good one.